What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host with the curly hair who's sweet like a lemon square, who's sitting on a white chair. Actually, I'm not sitting on it. I'm standing next to it. I'm a liar. I'm a fraud. Zach, and today's subreddit is r/TalesFromTheCustomer. I'm hyper. This story's called A Long, Painful, Ironic Story of Crappy-ish Customer Service. To preface this story, I am an iPhone nut. I love the iPhone. My personal opinion, I like the iOS and the look of it. If y'all like Androids, that's cool, fam, no beef here. Shut up, scum. And I have had 5 over the years. When the new iPhone 11 came out, I fell in love with it. I'm not the type to just outright buy a brand new iPhone. Dollar bills, yo! But I had the iPhone 8 and hadn't upgraded for a couple of years. The new camera looked amazing, and I use my phone a lot for my job. It seemed like a worthy investment just to upgrade it. Not just get one to have one. But up until the start of the story, I'd been trying to fight the urge to do it, as I couldn't 100% justify it. So on December 28th last year, my mom and I went on a spontaneous shopping spree in a city about an hour from her house. This city is 2 hours from the city that I live in, and I don't visit it very often. Matters later. As we were shopping, we came across a phone store that was advertising the iPhone 11 at a $300 discount as part of Boxing Day sales. This was exciting, as if you're a fan of Apple, you'd know they hardly ever do discounts, let alone this much. The deal was to have a $60 monthly plan, unlimited everything, which is a major upgrade from my prepaid plan, and pay off the phone monthly too. I was sold. This wasn't the same service provider I was currently with, but I had already been considering changing providers for a long time, as I'd been having issues. I decided to go for it and went through the process of signing up to the new provider. Took about 3 hours, not excellent, but hey, paid $49 for the deposit on an iPhone 11, 128GB model. All up, I was set to pay $1,100 for the phone over 24 months, with each monthly payment being about $105 for the plan plus phone. All good for a month. Fast forward a month, my bill is $177.50. I call the customer service hotline and ask why it's so high. He tells me that I'm being billed for my plan a month in advance, and that's why. But I can see that my phone payment is higher than what we'd agreed on, and my remaining balance on the phone was $1,350. This was obviously not right, so I let the agent from the billing team know and tell him I'm supposed to have a $300 discount. He tells me that this is a sales issue due to it being a promotion and transfers me to sales. Sales answers? I explain again. I am told flatly he doesn't know why I'm talking to him. This is a billing issue. He transfers me back to billing and I get a new guy. Explanation number 3. After a bit, a lot, a back and forth, we figured out that the $300 promo is not a provider-wide promo and is exclusive to the one store, so he doesn't know about it. He tells me that I need to go into the store that I bought it from and get them to sort it. Here's the issue. I'm now 2 hours away from that store with no plans to head back there. I ask if they can transfer me to the store. He says no, he doesn't have that ability. He Googles the store, which I had already done, and called the number that came up, which took me to customer service, and gave me that number again. I hang up, I dial that number again. Someone new answers. A lady. Explanation number 4. She tells me that they don't have direct lines into stores, but she can email them my info and get them in contact with me. Yay. Success. Someone from the store calls me and basically says that whoever signed me up didn't do it right, and now they have to apply the discount to my bill manually. He tells me they are going to credit my account with the balance of my phone as it appears on my bill, and then monthly I'd be billed for the correct amount. Sure enough, $1,350 appears credited into my account. I'm asked to pay the bill as is, but my next bill will take into account the money I paid extra for the phone this month. Awesome. End of story? Heck no. Don't be silly. Fast forward to March. My second bill arrives. Same issue. I email my contact, much more streamlined, thank God, and he tells me, oops, they didn't fix the issue. They just gave me $1,350 credit. My issue with this was that the bill automatically paid itself from my credit that was supposed to be paying off the phone. And now I didn't have the right amount to pay off the phone. He told me not to worry, he'd get it sorted. A week passes, nothing's changed. I email again and finally prompt him to fix it. For my inconvenience, he credited me 2 times the monthly phone payments, which was really good of him. As of this month, all looks well with my bill, fingers crossed, so hopefully it all gets sorted. I just find it ridiculously ironic that I switched providers partially for the phone, but also because I'd been having so many issues with my previous provider. And then this happens. But all is well, I'm typing this on my iPhone 11 and it's a damn good time. I live in New Zealand, so all prices are New Zealand dollars. The iPhone I bought retails at $14.49 New Zealand dollars. Okay, my question for y'all is who had the first dollar? Because as an American, I'm inclined to think that we are the first people who adopted the dollar as our currency. Obviously, I know Canadian dollars, Australian, and New Zealand dollars are all different, but they're called dollars. Now, I'm just trying to see who's unoriginal here. Anyway, see, this is why I hate dealing with customer service. Oh, this isn't my problem, let me transfer you. Oh, this isn't my problem, it's their problem, let me transfer you. And you get transferred back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and no one knows what they're doing. Alright, this story's called Gatekeeper Cashier Has Me Make a Compelling Argument to Get a Pizza Remade. This happened a few years ago. It will never leave my mind. My girlfriend wanted pizza delivery. We ordered from one of the biggest chains in America. We got 2 large pizzas. Hers was bacon and extra sauce. Mine was just cheese. Pizzas arrive and I immediately notice that my cheese pizza is off. I barely see any sauce on it visibly. I take a piece out and break it in half to confirm that this cheese pizza did not have sauce. No sauce. Not exaggerating. I wouldn't classify it as a pizza. It's just chewy cheese bread at the price of a large pizza. So now I get to skip eating and leave to get this pizza remade. I wasn't even planning on leaving the apartment for the night, but off I go. For context on how I handle these situations, I try to be as civil as possible. Being polite and not cursing is a foolproof way to get what you paid for. This is my philosophy. It's no one's fault. It's just a mistake that can be corrected, and I understand that. Oh boy, was I so wrong. I walk into the pizza place with a pizza, so I see the cashier I'm about to talk to is already getting a bit apprehensive with his body language. He's a young guy. I'm sure people have been mean to him before. I get it. I proceed to tell him what's going on. I present the broken piece of pizza that clearly shows there is no sauce. This is where it gets weird.
Are you sure you didn't order no sauce?
I'm sure I didn't order no sauce.
We had to look up your order to make sure.
That's fine. He looks it up.
One of these pizzas is extra sauce, one is just regular.
That is correct.
So I don't know what you want me to do.
This pizza doesn't have sauce on it. Can it be remade?
You didn't order extra sauce.
At this point, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. There is no sauce on this pizza. That is not what I ordered. Can you please remake it? Now he does something really bold. He points to a corner of the pizza with a smudge of sauce.
There's sauce right there.
At this point, he's testing me in a way I didn't think was possible in a setting like this, especially on my side of the counter. And I need to illustrate that this major pizza chain advertises that you can order a pizza from them, step outside, throw it like a frisbee, and get another pizza remade, no questions asked. But this guy is arguing with me. Now I'm visibly frustrated. Is that amount of sauce supposed to accommodate the entire pizza?
Yes.
Now I'm turning red. My man, would you eat this?
Well, I don't like it like that.
No one does. That's why we're talking about it. He finally caves, but does not miss an opportunity to flex his authority over me one last time.
You know you have to wait like 20 minutes now?
I'm way ahead of you. I know how pizzas work. I sit down and wait. Here's the kicker. Another customer witnessed the whole thing, and this was her takeaway from it. Her order is ready, so she goes to grab her pizzas. She looks at me in the eyes, looks at the cashier. She speaks to the cashier, but is looking at me with a smug face.
Stay positive.
Wow. Oh my God, that kid does not have good people skills, especially given that setting. Oh my God, he does not need that job. Okay, this story's called The Most Insane Interaction I Ever Had with My Cell Phone Provider. The most insane interaction I ever had with my cell phone provider. What? This happened in the fall of 2014. I was currently rocking an iPhone, but decided I wanted to get a Galaxy Note 4 when it came out. I don't remember all the reasons why I decided to switch, but expandable memory was a huge part of it. Buy iPhone? I don't generally like to buy something that expensive sight unseen, and I'm almost never a first adopter. I like them to work out the bugs before I buy. However, I decided that I'd go into the shop, look at the Note 4 physically, and if it was as spiffy in person as it sounded like it would be from the pre-release hype, I'd buy it. I went into my cell provider's storefront the day of release and checked out the Note 4 they had on display. Loved it and wanted to buy, but there was so much demand that it was sold out before release, which meant there weren't any in stock. No problem. I decided to go ahead and order it and trade in my phone for the credit. They were running a special for trade-ins at the time, and I don't recall exactly what the value was, but I think it was in the region of $150, which would be applied to the purchase of the new phone. Absolutely, yes, please, and thank you. This sort of deal usually goes swimmingly when they have the phone in stock. They do the switch in store, get your phone number on the new phone, take the old one, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Since they didn't have the new phone in stock and it would take about 2 weeks to get to me, they told me that they would apply the trade-in credit now, and when I received the Note 4 in the mail, to activate it, and then I could turn the iPhone in. Cool. I got my new hotness about a week and a half later, activated it, and then went to the store to give them my iPhone. Except they couldn't take it. Apparently, I was supposed to mail it in. For some reason, they weren't sure exactly where it should be mailed to and recommended I call customer service to get the details. Sure, can do. I want to be sure I get to keep my trade-in credit. Only customer service is fairly baffled as well. They also don't have the mailing info right on hand. Apparently, a mailing label should have been auto-generated when the transaction happened, and they didn't know exactly where I should send my phone as there are multiple addresses, HQ, warehouses, etc. They put me on hold for a bit and finally came back with an address for me. Slick. I packaged up the phone and in the mail it goes. And then comes back a couple of weeks later. What the fuck? The box had been opened, the phone was in there along with some printout saying they weren't authorized to take delivery of this item. Something along those lines. No further information. So I call customer service again. The poor customer service rep was quite confused because she said the other rep should have just emailed me a mailing label, postage paid, to the correct facility. She emailed it to me and stayed on the phone while I confirmed that I received the email and that the mailing label was correct. Once again, I sent it out in the mail. Note: throughout this whole process, I'd been logging into my account once a day to see if they'd received my traded-in phone. There was a tracker which showed the phone's information, make, model, etc., and what the trade-in credit was worth and whether it was received yet. Less than a week after I'd sent out the second box, my account status updated. Trade-in received. Here's your confirmation number. Awesome! And yet, a week after that, my box came back in the mail again. What's going on here? I open it up and there sits my old iPhone. By this point, I'm not only dumbfounded, but I'm slightly peeved. I've got $150 on the line here, so yet again, I call customer service and regale the rep with my tale of oddity from start to finish, ending with a plea. What on earth am I supposed to do? I've done everything they asked. By this time, it's just after Thanksgiving, so this saga has been going on for a couple of months total. This guy was so thorough. He asked me a bunch of questions, looked up a bunch of things, and talked to his manager while I was on hold. When he came back, he said, and I'm roughly paraphrasing here, "So here's the deal. When you sent the phone in the second time, the correct facility did get it and noted it, which is why your account status was updated as received. The thing is that when they receive a phone, they assign a unique transaction number to the phone serial number. If you were to mail it back, the system would try to assign another transaction number to your phone, but one already exists
exist for this trade-in, and it would probably get returned to you again. So what happens now is this. You get to keep the phone. Merry Christmas.
I was just like, you're pranking me, right? There's no way. But it wasn't a joke. He'd gotten approval from the higher-ups. Apparently, they decided that this was the best course of action for the lowest amount of headaches on their end. My account already showed it as received. Their system showed it as received, so as far as they were concerned, it was now a ghost phone. My kid was pretty excited at Christmas to get my old phone. We hadn't planned to get them a smartphone for another year or so, but I wasn't gonna look a gift phone in the mouth. See, that's good customer service. Okay, no, it's not. That is not good customer service. That was actually really horrendous. But they did fix it in the end. He got to keep his phone. That's a pretty good deal in my book. Alright, this story's called The Car in Front of Me Paid for Me, and the baristas asked me to tip them. Pretty much what the title says. I feel a little uneasy about this interaction that I had. I was in a very popular coffee place's drive-thru, and the car in front of me paid for my order. It really caught me off guard, and I thought it was so nice. This never happened to me before, so I kind of awkwardly said to the workers, "Oh my gosh, that's so nice! What do I do now? Do I pay for the people behind me?" They said,
No, you don't have to do that. You can just tip us.
so I did? I don't know. The whole situation was awkward. I reacted awkwardly, and when they told me to tip them, I kind of just did and drove away, thinking, is it me or was this weird? Or is this normal? Okay, well, that was definitely a little weird. However, that does seem like something I would say, but I wouldn't say it seriously. I just say it as a joke. Like, I feel weird accepting tips as is, but I'd still probably say that just joking around. So maybe that's what they were doing? Then it just depends on, I guess, the way you say it in your body language. I say that, yet anytime I say something stupid that's obviously not meant to be taken seriously, everyone thinks I'm being serious, and I guess it's on me. Or I can take, I think it was Jacksepticeye who said this. I don't know, I heard it in a video a long time ago. It was like, I'm responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible for how people take what I say. But living by that rule definitely has some risks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.